If Florida and Kentucky went out to dinner, things might be a little awkward. And this is where things get a little tricky. Recovering from a concussion is tough. You have to have no YouTube, no Facebook, no reading. Full cognitive rest is key to recovering from a concussion.
And that's simply because there's more of them. More high school football players means more high school knee injuries.
They're like that guy at the office, you know, the one who flirts with you, the one who's not invited to the office parties, but he shows up anyway. So what's really making you sleepy after a large Thanksgiving meal? It could be a number of things. It could be your time off from work, your relaxation, or it could just be the heavy food giving you heavy eyelids. So, let's get it on, I guess.
I think I'm done.
With the 28th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Sylvester Williams, defensive tackle, North Carolina.
Some take the long road to reach their dreams. For Sylvester Williams, it was a road full of obstacles. Today marks his first Father's Day as an NFL rookie.
The biggest thing for me growing up was I wanted to be something great. I didn't know what it was and I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I just knew I wanted to be something great.
Williams grew up with 3 older sisters and a younger brother under the supervision of his father,
Just won't take it off.
Sylvester Williams Sr., and his aunt, Clorinda Hudson. Williams' mother, Melanie Carter, found herself in and out of drug rehab for most of his childhood.
Back then, we was both on drugs. So she decided she wanted to go a different way, and I took the kids.
Williams moved from St. Louis to Jefferson City just in time to start high school.
This was just a picture that I got from him.
Sylvester Sr. checked into rehab, and things were looking up. At least until his sophomore year at Jefferson City High School. Williams was expelled for missing too many classes.
When they kicked me out of school my sophomore year, the principal looked in my face. She told me, she said, I think it's best for you to go and get your GED.
I said, what you gonna do? He said, Daddy, I'm gonna finish school. I said, so what you gonna do? I said, I've been telling you about the football. I said, just try.
Williams made a change. He got back into the classroom and decided to listen to his father by giving football a try.
Taking the field in high school was one of the first steps Sylvester Williams took to turn his life around. He started off just playing in front of a few thousand people at Atkins Stadium. Little did he know, he would have the chance to play in front of more than 70,000 fans.
Williams played only 1 year of varsity football for the Jefferson City Jays in the fall of 2007, and his high school career was anything but spectacular.
Remember, they're very athletic. I mean, from the front all the way to the back.
Chad Masters was the defensive line coach for Jefferson City that year.
He was just real raw. I mean, everything was just raw. He never played before. He comes out, he's bigger than most of the people who are on the field at the time. You know, and he had that, like I talked about, that base athleticism to him, you know, that was just there. But he just didn't know what to do with it at that point.
Williams earned a starting spot for only 1 game in high school. This is game video from September 21st, 2007. Jefferson City versus the Rockhurst Hawklets. The Jays defense gave up 55 points that night. He got a job here at Modine Manufacturing, working nights, making car radiator parts for only $400 a week.
I had nothing but 8 hours to think, and I had 8 hours thinking about where my life was going. And as I think about it, I didn't see my life going anywhere, so I knew that I had to get up out of there some way.
Williams then decided to give football another shot. He was a walk-on at Coffeyville Community College in Kansas. In 2010, he had 52 tackles, 2 sacks, and 5 blocked kicks.
Sylvester Williams, big-time player in the middle.
Williams then earned a scholarship to the University of North Carolina. 2 years later, he was named first-team All-ACC.
I always have been a big Broncos fan, but
all under the direction of a father.
That's why I know they're going to make it.
Who loves the game, but not as much as he loves his children.
I mean, most fathers usually run out on their kids or choose not to raise their kids. My father actually fought to raise us. He fought to keep us in his life, and he done everything he could, you know, to be able to raise us and make us have a good life.
How did you feel when Sylvester's name was called?
That's my name. That's me. He took that road, and what I couldn't get, he got it for me.
Williams took the long road to reach his dream, and now the finish line is in sight. Peter Terpstra, KOMU-8 Sports, Jefferson City.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU-8 Sports.
Welcome back, team. Missouri basketball seems to be a walking contradiction. On one hand, the team's perfect, undefeated at home. But on the other hand, the team's like a cheap diner's steak. Missouri's road record just doesn't live up to the hype. But there's good news. Today, the Tigers were at home taking on LSU. Expect a little filet mignon. Pack the bib because things would get messy. Keon Bell to Jabari Brown, who lays it in on the other end. That's the first points of the game, 2-0 Tigers. And then Alex Oriaki, how about some dessert? Put back dunk, that was nice. 6-0 Mizzou leads, but later LSU would storm back. Johnny O'Brien, the third putback jam. He should be named after a king or something like that. He sounds a little medieval, but he could play. LSU would continue to dominate from behind the arc. Anthony Hickey from the corner, and then Hickey once again from downtown. Haunting memories of that diner steak come back, and Charles Carmouche bangs one in from behind the arc. LSU now up by 13. But wait, the Tigers are at home, so you know what that means. Mizzou goes on a 19-4 run. Ernest Ross with the and one, game tied up at 29. Elbow, Lawrence Bowers with the turnaround jumper gives the Tigers the lead, and they led by 4 at half. In the second half, Phil Pressey pulls up 3. That's nice. Mizzou starting to put together that nice 4-course meal you've been waiting for all season. On the very next possession, Phil Pressey, sneaky Pink Panthers style, lays it off the glass. And then the young buck, Negus Webster Chan for 3. Let the young guns eat the leftovers. Mizzou goes on to win 89-76.
Obviously, it was a good win for us.
More times than not, whenever we do
Now,
that.
people are impressed with Bob Burchard's Columbia Cougars. So impressed, it might make you wonder, what if the Missouri Tigers tripped a mile north to take on Columbia College even for a half? Let's not compare teams. That's not our place, because really there is no comparison between NAIA and Division I. But the moral of the story is the Cougars are creeping in on the spotlight in Columbia. And today, taking on Williams Baptist in the AMC tournament semifinals, Columbia College is the only undefeated team in NAIA, Division I, Division II, or Division III. And they would not miss. Tanner Sutton from 3. CC made 10 threes in the first half. And then Sutton drives on the wing. He's going to dish it to Marquette Morrell inside, who gets the and one. And how about some more from Marquette Morrell? He was doing work inside here. He's going to get the rebound. Nifty little move inside. Can't touch him. And the layup. The Cougars move on to the AMC tournament finals. They're now 32-0 on the season. CC wins 97-56. They face the winner of Park and Missouri Baptist at home at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Now for the up-and-comers. It's playoff season for high school hoops. A bunch of local teams were in action today, starting with Class 5 district finals. Big-time crosstown rivalry for both Columbia powerhouses, Rockbridge and Hickman girls. Rockbridge wins 50-38, and the boys a little tougher. Rockbridge and Hickman, again, Hickman though wins the boys game 66-62. Catch those highlights on KOMU-8 News at 10 tonight on Channel 8. Now onto the Class 3 boys state quarterfinals. Fatima beats Stratford 65-45. They play St. Pius the 10th Thursday afternoon in the Final Four. Also, Southern Boone's playoff run ends to Lutheran North. They lose 57-47. On to Class 2, the boys quarterfinals. Salisbury, you'll hear more from them later. They beat up on Canton 68-34. Wow. They play Oran Thursday in the Final Four. Sacred Heart falls to West Platte 76-66 to end their season. Now for the Class 2 girls quarterfinals. Marceline, they move on to the Final Four with the win over Sturgeon 41-37. They'll play Thursday at noon against either Neelyville or New Haven. And the Class 1 girls quarterfinals, Chamois beats Norborn 45-24. They'll play Mercer Thursday night in the Final Four. Now that you've had your sports fix, we'll end this sportscast on a nightcap. Folks, this highlight is awesome. That dunk was dirty. Salisbury's Austin Francis, why'd you have to do that to all those nice people watching? They're never going to be able to forget it. Zach Wyatt
Off the inbound to Francis, you saw that Salisbury won big over Canton. This team lost in the finals last year, and the state finals are looking to get back there and hopefully win it all. That's going to do it for sports now, Break.